There is rules for everything in this world. When one does not follow the rules or the guidelines that are placed, one can descend into a world of madness. Sometimes madness isn't that maddening, though. It just depends on your perspective. Some embrace the madness, some don't. Personally, I don't give a fuck what you do. He made mistakes, and he's not with us tonight. See, we set up ground rules for him, the overseer and I, and he broke them. But we'll forgive. That's it's in our very nature to forgive. But to think that there wouldn't be punishments, well, I guess that makes him stupid. Hopefully, at least the overseer believes, that things have been restored to balance. And balance is important in life, is it not? Is it not good to have balance in your life and follow the fucking rules? You don't want to end up like him. He'll be back. I promise. We didn't fuck him up too bad. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. See, the overseer and I are one. And he is one with us. And sometimes to make sure that a certain element doesn't go too far off course, poison the rest, you have to treat the element that doesn't want to do things correctly all the time. And we did. And so that's over. Now, why am I here? What does it matter that I'm here now? Why should anyone give a shit? Well, the places that you've been so far have been, I think the word you would use is fun. From what I've heard about Scareview, maybe even fucking cute. There's nothing fun, or cute, or funny about where we're going today. And that's why he's not here. He's not the one to lead you through these places. I am. That's how we find ourselves together now. So, you're with me whether you like it or not. And we're going to take this ride whether you like it or not. And I know that you think that I'm not listening to you specifically behind the camera, but your warning's right. This is some R-rated fucked up shit. So if the kiddies are up watching this right now, I'd go ahead and talk them in. This isn't going to be the most pleasant ride you've ever taken. But if you'll trust me, which I know may be difficult at times, but if you'll trust me, we'll get there together. Maybe have a little fun on the way. What do you think? We'll have a little fun on the way? We can. We'll see. Now, just as there are rules for him, there's fucking rules for me too. Alright, stuff I gotta talk about. I want to talk about how Santa Claus made me sit on his lap. Made him sit on his lap. And the things that happened there. But I have to do this stuff first, because that's later on, right? That's how this works. I got to do this. There's an order. his little study guide that he has. So we're going to go into this part first. We're going to get through the boring part, the stuff that no one really cares about real fast. So pay the fuck up. Pay attention to what's being said to you right now, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm not him. I'm not here to entertain you or make you feel good or give you a laugh or a nice cheery feeling before you go to bed. In any way, shape, or form. So if you're ready, because I am, shall we? Alright. Scarehouse The Basement. It's an extreme haunt. And what exactly is an extreme haunt? What would you call that exactly? It's definitely not going to your local YMCA and having a bunch of run-of-the-mill people that think they know what horror is and think they know what scary is jump out at you every once in a while. It's not that. It's not even a production like the Dent House. The Dent Schoolhouse, excuse me. It's a school, not a house. That does a good job, but it's not extreme. By their own admission, it's not extreme. It's not Fallsburg. It's not the USS Nightmare. It's not even the Rest in Peace experience. It's not extreme. So what is it? What is it? What makes Scarehouse The Basement different? Labels it extreme. There is the touching part of it. I know a lot of you like to think about the non-touch haunts and how much fun they can be because I don't have to worry about anybody touching me. That's cute. It's cute. And go to those. Enjoy those. You know what? James will be back to talk to you about those. He'll be here for those. And I'm sure there's some good ones. But what I'm here for is the hands-on experience to guide you through those. And not only that, the sacrilegious, the sexually charged, the in-your-face, the screaming, the being separated from your partner, the being forced to be in alone situations, creepy situations, locked up with strangers, forcing you to do things you didn't feel comfortable with, pushing the envelope of your mind in what you believe limitations are. That is an extreme haunt. When it doesn't just affect you, not necessarily psychologically. That's not what I'm trying to say. When it affects you not only on a physical platform, but a psychological platform, and begins to make you question your own views and beliefs and morals, that is an extreme haunt. And that is what we're talking about today. So now that we've gone over the definition of this, there's some stupid shit I got to talk about as far as where this place is. It's in some city called Etna, Pennsylvania. Supposedly there's a bigger city called Pittsburgh right about 10 minutes outside of it. That's all fine and dandy. I guess there you go. Go to Pittsburgh. There it is. Free shuttle service. So I guess that's super duper nice of them. Good job with the shuttle service. We're super excited about that. But I guess really actually in all actuality, a free shuttle service from the Pittsburgh Zoo is a pretty cool thing. So, there is that. You see, he sneaks up every... We're back. Had to push him back down. He gets excited about this stuff. Anyways, free shuttle service. It's cool. Takes you directly there. It's good. It's a little city. There's not a lot of parking for cars, trucks, hearses, whatever you drive. There's not a lot of parking. So the shuttle service is appreciated. It's needed. There is something here about this Scarehouse place has a regular haunt as well. So, I'd personally probably go do that first. And my reasoning for that is, I guess for the the uninitiated, you might need a little warm up before you jump down and play in the basement, huh? So go do the non-touch haunt. It's fine. I won't judge you for it. Nor will the overseer, although sometimes the overseer and I don't see eye to eye on things, but that's all right. What fun would it be if we always saw eye to eye? Anyways, do the original haunt first. When you're done with the original haunt, you've gone through that. The ticket prices. Again, I got to go over the ticket prices apparently as well. You can only be 2 people that can go through at a time, because you gotta have some guts to enter this damn thing. All right, and to those that enter alone, the overseer praises you. He likes that you are able to conquer your fears and face it all by yourself. That makes you what is that word they use? I don't even like it, but stellar human being. He always smiles when he says that, so it's got to be good. So if anybody's going through this shit by themselves, I guess that qualifies them as a stellar human being. Congratulations. I guess you can go have a fucking cookie after you're done. But you can go through as a couple. That's what they did. They went through as a couple. He needs her more than he likes to let on. He likes to act like he's bad, but you see, I know his inside. I know who he truly is, and without her, he couldn't do this. He forgets that sometimes. But I think it goes both ways. It's like a circle, right? Love. All that bullshit. Anyways, if you find your soulmate and you want to take them through with you, it's $44. It's $31 if you want to go by yourself. And don't hold us a fucking blow on those prices. There's some fluctuation in it, man. Just look at the price before you click purchase. It's real simple. Check it out. Ain't no big deal. But anyways, that's going to give you a ballpark idea as to what you're expecting to spend. There's no fast pass option. I know they talk about there's no fast pass option. There's no fucking line. You see, you select your time, and you show up on time, and you get in on time. It's not real hard, not real complicated, nothing difficult to figure out. All right? So you've bought your ticket. You've arrived at Etna, Pennsylvania. You've went through the regular haunt because you need your little warm-up because you're uninitiated. When you come out of the regular haunt, your little warm-up, you take a right, you take another right, and you walk down some stairs. There's this stuff that says merchandise for sale with some exclamation points like he was probably really excited that they're selling stuff. There you go, they're selling stuff. Hoodies, ball caps, stuff. A bunch of, fucking, what is this? Photo opportunities. If you want to take a picture, you can take a picture with some Donnie of the Dead thing. I mean, I don't know. He says he talked about it earlier, so I guess you should have just been fucking watching earlier. Alright, some Donnie of the Dead character that you can get your photo with. All that other stuff, alright? But anyways, you walk past all that, and then you get to the basement's little ticket booth. And for the first time, I can actually feel myself starting to get excited. We're going to watch what happened to these two as they went through this experience. The first spot, and this is the same for both their Christmas haunt and the regular haunts. We're only going to talk about it once, and then we're not going to ever talk about it again. So pay attention, please. Focus, if you could, with me for just a moment. Show the lady your ticket. She takes all your belongings. All of them. Your cell phones, your keys, your change. If you've got dead animals in your pocket, she's going to take those from you. If you were foolish enough to bring guns or fireworks or anything stupid like that, guess what? They're going to take it from you and probably kick you out, as they should. Even I, in my current estate, know that. Okay? So don't do anything stupid like that and just waste all of your money. Signs about it, man. So somebody's done it before, I'm sure. Anyways, they take all your stuff, alright? And they'll give it back to you, so don't freak out. They don't know they have a cell phone. They're not going to look at your internet back history or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about any of that nonsense, okay? Just chill out. It's okay. It's no big deal, really. Just give them your shit. You're going to go over. You're going to go through security. You're going to get wanded. It's okay. All right? You shouldn't have anything on you at this point anyways. So, who cares? The dude wands you when they send you over to what we're going to call waiting room 1. All right? There's 2 different little waiting spots. So I guess there's technically a little teensy weensy little small fucking line that you might have to wait in for all of 10 seconds. So hold on to your horses. It'll be perfectly fine. You're getting there. You're very close to the basement now. Can you smell it? You should be able to smell it a little bit right now. There is a little funk that comes from it. It's not a pleasant smell. You can see it in his face. His nostrils flared up and stuff. He thinks he hides it. He's so full of it. But anyways, when you're done in the initial little waiting spot, they'll call your group over. You go over in groups of 10 to the first little interaction area of the basement and what's going on there. Okay? So your group of 10 goes over. Now on the first night, it was a gentleman that spoke to them. He was a different kind of gentleman. He was nice. He was cute. You mind? Should be all right. The overseer did it. He thinks he's cool and also. I like to show him up every once in a while. But anyways, so you get to the first guy there, right? I mean, he's talking to you and he kind of puts your mind at ease a little bit with how things are, how the rules are, talks to you about stuff. And he was cool to them. He was nice to them. At first when I saw it, it made me question, what is this really? Is this really the extreme haunt that we've heard so much about? They're being nice to him. Turns out it's just a setup. Because after they go over the rules and after they talk to you for a little bit, and what is this? Oh, Jesus Christ. The stuff that he has me mention. Alright, so he was there with his, at that time, that would have been his wife now. Right? Because it was after Halloween. I'm not paying attention to that nonsense. I don't care. Just says here's something about a wedding dance and to recognize Scarehouse for the wedding dance. So, Scarehouse, if you're watching, which I would hope you'd watch your own reviews. It's just me personally. But if you're watching, he wanted me to tell you thank you so much for the wedding dance. He appreciated it so much. I think he's got those lips puckered real good and tied up your butthole right now. Whatever. Anyways, first actor interaction. This is where it took off for me, and I was very excited about it and the job that it did and everything like that. So first actor interaction happens, and this Jesus Christ looking motherfucker comes out of the darkness. He takes control of him. He takes control of her. And he owns them. They belong to him at this point. And understand that after you walk through that initial door and you go inside this place, they now own you. There is a safe word. In case you're curious, there is a way to cop out, get out, and not have to worry about any of the bad people doing any of the bad things to you. If you want to call for it, you can call for it. But he didn't even call for it. And if he's not calling for it, you damn sure better not be calling for it either. It's there. They do provide one for those that are weak and unable to complete their journey. See, this is a family that you're about to meet. That's kind of the story they present you with, is this cult. And man, do I enjoy the views of the cult, the family, how they see life. It is It's a magical thing. I was impressed. I really, really, really enjoyed it. All right, so they walk into this Jesus Christ looking motherfucker. He owns them. He controls them. And then he sends them down into the darkness. And as you can see, darkness is what we live in. Darkness is what we are. And you go a little further in, he's lost, he's confused, he's scared. Scared, he can't see where he's going, it's hot. It's hot, he can taste his own breath. He's just got done with a Christ-looking guy. Now he stands in a room where he sees pictures of he and his wife on the walls. You know, he has another shout-out thing, Scarehouse. A thank you for that in the picture room thing. So again, Scarehouse, you're super, super awesome. All right, hopefully he's got all that out of his system now and we can get back into this. So anyways, when you're done in the picture room, which does have an amazing actor in it, although he really killed it the second time around, so we'll come back to him eventually. I want to talk to you a moment about the preacher, the Reverend, and his communion. Oh yeah, we told you this was going to be sacrilegious, didn't we? We haven't even got to the sexually charged part yet. I told you, R-rated, man. Get ready for a ride, man. So, you're going to take communion. Some may call it a communion of piss and shit, but it is communion nonetheless. And be prepared to confess your sins, 'cause that's what happens. That's what happens. So after you've confessed your sins and you've taken your communion, and understand, we're not going to reveal this entire journey to you. Fucking pisses me off when I make mistakes. Through to you. This isn't a walkthrough. This will seem probably more walkthrough-ish than what you've experienced in the past, but it is still not a walkthrough. So now if that little disclaimer's out, we're going to continue to skip down our merry little fucking road here. So we just got done with communion. We're leaving communion now. And we get to meet this girl in this bed. And it's story time. And it's your goal to put this little girl to bed. You're going to have to get in the bed with her to do it. You're going to have to get real close and real personal to pull it off. But they did. Then they moved forward and experienced everything from crazy ladies trying to tear them apart, talking about murder for life insurance, to scarecrows trying to play patty cake, I think. I couldn't really tell from where I was what that particular thing was, but I'd love to get to know it a little bit better.
It was fucked up.
Shut up!
Okay.
Anyways. Scarecrows that like to play patty cake with you. Different things like that. So you get through a couple different little challenges and tests, and then you come to the don't cross the crosses lady, and I don't want to get necessarily into what crossing the crosses might mean or why it's such a bad thing, but it might save your life, it might end it. Who knows? I guess the best thing to do is to listen to the words that they tell you. And don't cross the fucking crosses. Okay? So after that, there's a few other things that happen to you. And you get to the end of this thing. Well, we don't want to give the ending away, right? You got to go for yourself, man. Check this shit out all on your own. And there's one thing I will say. The journey they took them on, man, it's a ride. It's such a ride. So you're going to meet mommy and daddy at the end of this, and you're going to find out if you were initiated or not. And I don't know why James was chosen. He certainly didn't fucking deserve it. But he was initiated, and Trish wasn't. Nah. Maybe some unconfessed sins on Trish's part, right? What do you think? Maybe she'll tell us about them one day? Huh? Yeah, I doubt it. I doubt it. Hide, as the uninitiated do. But anyways, so that sums up the 2018 Haunt of the Year for them. It was an amazing experience for them. They had an incredible time. They, and myself, from what I saw, would highly recommend it. If I was the type of person that was able to go on such things on an earthly vessel, I would. But that's not for me anymore, right? Right? But you knew that already. So anyways, the Christmas basement tour. Again, it's the same concept. We're dealing still with the family, okay? So we're starting back at the beginning, okay? You just went through the ticket booth thing. I'm not going to fucking explain it to you again, okay? If you didn't catch it the first time, I suggest you press rewind and go listen to it. But whatever, either way. So we're in front of the basement door. This time it's a girl talking to us about some things. Going over the rules, making us feel good about ourselves, making them feel safe and in control. And then it happens again. They go inside, and there's Jesus, right? That's who you are, right? You asked them, excuse me. He's still in me and still fights to regain control. But I got him in check. Anyways, so Jesus is down there again. He asked them his name. That was his name. So he was. He was corrupted. Corrupted because of your worship of the fucking fat fuck. Which he enlightened them to. But anyways, as he did the first time, he owns them completely and totally. He pushes them into the darkness. Again, the heat begins to build up. They can't see where they're going in any way, shape, or form. There is a rope to guide them, but it provides little comfort as the creatures crawl at you from the other side of the wall, as you can hear the screaming and the bantering in the rooms that come before you. Come before them. It's terrifying, I'm sure. So anyways, they get back into the room, the picture room, and this is the room they wanted addressed the second time around because the actor inside here was insane. He was off his fucking rocker, man. And the stuff that he was saying was nuts, and wow, they're trying to process everything that he's saying to them and the craziness of that. In the distance, you can hear some lady just getting the shit fucked out of her, right? Like, just going to town on this woman, man. That's what it sounds like. That's what you hear. Alright? Turns out there's some reindeer fucking going on. You're going to find out about that here in a little bit. But, that's what's going on there. And while you're talking to him, he catches it and he sees it. And he just looks at you, man. There's some fucked up shit going on in there, right? Right? Excited about it. There is some fucked up shit going on in there. But that particular gentleman, he's in the room with the pictures. They posted a picture of him on their little Facebook fucking thingy, whatever that shit is. And there's a picture of him on there. He's the guy in the suit with the in the picture room. If you're confused about what a picture room is, it's the room with all the fucking pictures in it. So that'd be the room that you'd want to go check out and see. So anyways, get done with him. They find out if they're naughty or nice. It doesn't really matter. From our judgment, they're both pretty fucking naughty anyways. So it doesn't really matter. I don't think nice qualifies for either one of them. What they did to them in the next room was by far one of the greatest things I've ever witnessed in my entire life. If you could have saw the look of shock and fear that was on their faces when Santa Claus was done making him do things that he didn't think would ever happen to him in his entire life. And as Trish came out of her closet, and that lady was still petting her, still caressing her. I think she liked it a little bit. She looked scared. Maybe a little bit. I know the lady did, and Santa Claus seemed to have just a killer time. If you're confused by what we're talking about right now, it was the most sexually charged thing these two have ever fucking experienced in their whole life. Tested their boundaries and fucked with them mentally. Something you think you can handle? Something you're ready to test your boundaries and your limits? See how far you're willing to push yourself? Are you willing to go into the next room? Are you willing to take the journey still? Remember the girl we were talking about earlier that sounded like she was getting the shit fucked out of her? Now, she'll show you how she climaxes so easily. Yeah, she'll show you. Anyways, so you get done with her. Different girl you got to read to this time, but there's still some reading involved. And maybe you shouldn't always do what you're fucking told. I mean, there's rules for the basement too, but maybe sometimes the rules aren't meant to be followed, right? Right? Well, saw how it worked out for James, right? He got fucked up for it. So maybe you should follow the rules. Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you should just go and find out. That's what their suggestion is. That's what my suggestion is for sure. Just go and find out for yourself. So when you get done with her, you're going to talk to Mommy again. Mommy's depressed because Daddy left Mommy, and poor Mommy. What's she going to do now? Daddy doesn't want to do it with her no more. Shit happens, man. Shit happens. Mommy wants you to fix the pieces and put it all together, but then that shit's broken. And when it gets to that point, that shit's just broken. There's no fixing that. You can't put the pieces back together. You should have never crossed the crosses. If you wouldn't have crossed the crosses, maybe Daddy wouldn't have left. Maybe the family wouldn't have fell apart. But you said it yourself when you said that you crossed the crosses. And if you cross the crosses, shit gets fucked up. It's like James not following the fucking rules. The rules have to always be followed. And if Mommy broke the rules, then that's on Mommy. It's not our job to fucking fix the pieces, is it? It's our job to continue with our story. It's our job to meet the man in the maze. Go through the maze with the man. See if you make it to the end. And then you get a little twist ending after all of this, after you've went through and seen your family in pieces and shambles. Child against child, brother against sister, sister against brother, and a lost mommy. You meet your guide from way back when. And it turns out he knows some things. And he'll talk to you about it. And then all of this cult and broken family and Christmas themed shit comes together. It makes complete sense. And we're not going to tell you what the ending is, because you have to go find out for yourself. Now, they change this every year. And it's always different. And supposedly, from what it says here, they were the best ones this year. And from what I saw, I believe it. Now again, as I stated earlier, there are rules for everything. So just as there were things I had to go over in the beginning before I got into the juicy part that I wanted, there's stuff I have to go over now as well. It's not as much fun, but it's stuff that we're going to go over, okay? It's number one. Scarehouse The Basement. 1. Overall haunt of 2018 by the review staff of Haunted Honeymooners. They claimed it was the best. From what I have seen, it does certainly to appear to be that way. Definitely beats this. Man, I'm not into this fucking video shit, but man, that Scareview one, man, that sounded like a shitty experience, didn't it? This is fucking way better, right? We need to go to Scareview or whatever that fucking shit park is. So anyways, so they won. They won 2018 Haunt of the Year. So a round of applause. Good job. Go get you a cookie or something, I guess. What does this do? What does this mean going forward? Because as I discussed it with the overseer, we don't believe it correct to make an extreme haunt go against a non-touch haunt. And so what Scarehouse The Basement has done, it is not only one haunt of 2018, it has created 2 different categories for 2019. So for 2019, there will be Haunt of the Year as far as the non-touch variety, and then Extreme Haunt of the Year as well. So there will be 2 completely different categories next year for both of those. Because no matter how good the Disc Schoolhouse was, or Fallsburg, or USS Nightmare, or any of the other ones, none of them were ever going to stack up to what the Scarehouse Basement was. So it's not fair to put them up against that anymore. So we won't. We won't. We're fucked up, but fair. We try to be fair. Alright? Now, there is a couple of things before we jump into the rating system that I wanted to touch on real quick. You do have to sign a waiver for the basement. It was part of that legal mumbo jumbo I missed there at the beginning. Okay, so you do have to sign a legal waiver where they talk about you're going to be exposed to a bunch of fucking shit, such as electricity, water, adult language, adult situations, sexual situations, blah de blah de blah de blah de blah de blah de blah. You'll sign it. What were they exposed to? What were some of the things that happened to them? They were electrocuted. They were forced to eat very unpleasant things. Again, a communion of piss and shit, right? Touched, grabbed, tousled, tied down, forced to be hooded. It's just a few of the things they experienced. It looked like a lot of fun to me. But anyways, that was it. The second one, from what I can see here, is clearly the best one, which is impressive. Even for a fucked up individual such as myself, I have to be impressed that the basement somehow topped the basement. That's something else. There is a individual named Scott and a lady named Tracy. We're not gonna give out last names because that's fucking fucked, man. No shit, man. Don't be doing that. Scott and Tracy know exactly who Scott and Tracy are. And I hope that Scott and Tracy have watched this. And I hope I'll kick out of this and everything like that. But Scott and Tracy, you two are absolutely stellar human beings. And I don't think you have to worry about the overseer coming for your souls at any time in the near future. You all should be safe. As long as you keep producing quality shit like this. You stop with this and maybe the overseer comes and pays you a visit one day. And we know that we don't want that. No one wants that. Ask James about the overseer, right? Anyways, thank you, Scott and Tracy. Gonna throw out one more special shout out to Katie Dutters. Says everybody calls her Dutters, so I'm gonna call her Dutters. Alright, thank you for giving that jackass a couple minutes of your time. Appreciate it. Appreciated everything that y'all did. And if he could come out right now, which he can't, he would tell you the same thing. He appreciates it. So anyways, with Scarehouse The Basement winning, they will automatically be forced, again, rules. James and Trish will be forced to go through Scarehouse The Basement again next year, so the Scarehouse has the opportunity to defend their title. And I'd like to see them pull a sweep back-to-back years. What do you think, Scott and Tracy? Can you do it? Can you pull that off, Scott and Tracy? I think you can. Very excited to see what random new tortures you put them through. And don't you all back off either. Don't you let anybody tell you that you've pushed it too far, went too extreme, or crossed some line. They never crossed any lines. No one was ever in any real danger. Nothing ever happened. Okay? Push it further, Scott and Tracy. I want to see more. I want to see the limits pushed even harder. I think you two are sick enough to do it. I can't wait to see it. Anyways, we're going to get into the rating system, and then we're going to check the fuck up out of here, alright? Actors, actresses, they got a 10. What else did you expect they were going to get? A fucking 4? They killed it, man. Everybody was on point. 10. 10. 10. 10. 10. First time in Haunted Honeymooners history, in their illustrious 3-month history, they've given it out a 10. So I guess Scarehouse, you take that with a grain of salt or whatever, however much you want to appreciate your 10. But there you go, you got a 10. So good job. Environment, they gave them an 8. Really, honestly, the environment wasn't even that spectacular. It's just the actors and the actresses are the environment. So 2-point deduction, I see that, I understand that. Because it wasn't a killer environment as far as rooms that you walk into and you're really awed by. The Don't Cross the Crosses room is cool, but beyond that, there's not really any memorable rooms. I take that back. The picture room obviously is memorable, and the cross room is memorable, but beyond that, it's kind of monotone, kind of the same color, but the actors and actresses are the environment, so not a huge hit. Coming at them with a solid 8. I think that's a good score for what they offered and what they provided down there. Scare factor. Scare factor is an 8 as well. The reason it's an 8, the first one got a 7 on the scare rating. It was a little more sacrilegious than it was scary. The second one got a 9, and the reason it got a 9 was because it pushed their morals inside of their own head and made them think about how far they are actually willing to go with shit. And that's a cool experience, man. That's an awesome thing for somebody to be put into in a safe and controlled environment to find out what it is exactly you are willing to do or not do, and how far you would let something go or not let something go. And it's a cool experience. Very well done. Overall experience for Scarehouse The Basement comes at a solid 10, man. Awesome job. That was a lot, right? That was a bit of a ride. Thank you all so much for going on that ride with us. Everything like that. We genuinely hope. And don't worry, I'm going to let James back here shortly. Give him a few days to recover, and I'm sure he'll be talking about all the stuff coming for 2019. But as for me, I'll be seeing you again at some point in time. Next Extreme Haunt. See, that's the rules. I have to do the extreme. He can do the others. And maybe we'll hear from the Overseer some more. While James doesn't like him that much, I happen to be a pretty big fucking fan. So anyways, we're out. We're done. Bye.